Hi, my name is Pontus and I made Pontus Viewfinder. It's an awesome little viewfinder that also has sun tracking, moon tracking. Today I'm gonna tell you all about this app. I'm gonna tell you how I made it, why I made it, and why you should watch the video. So, in my hand right now, I'm running Pontus Viewfinder 2.0. Now this app is blazingly called after me, myself and I. I know it's a bit egotistical, but you will just have to live with it. Now, what makes this app unique? Nothing in particular, but one major thing that I would say is the sun tracking. It's an absolutely fabulous sun tracking that really does work as long as the compass doesn't get too much interference. But before I get ahead of myself, let me tell you about the simplest thing, the viewfinding. So looking at my dear cameraman here, I can snap a couple of photos of him. And the important thing is when I go to my gallery and I have a look at the photos, they are actually in very good quality compared to it's a 250mm. It's still comparatively a good quality. This one, 50mm. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing the photos from the iPhone API, which means I'm not taking a screenshot of the app itself. I am simply grabbing the image from the camera natively, I'm copying it, I'm putting the information on it. So the viewfinder part is actually as good as it gets. You cannot really get a better viewfinder part in an iPhone. Before we dive any deeper into how I made this app, let's answer the burning question. Will I also develop and release this app for Android? Alright, Editing Pontus coming at you about 1 month after I shot this video. It's been a really busy month. I've been busy with, let's call it, real life stuff. I did add one functionality to the app actually. I was really tired one day and I saw another app actually had this functionality and I guess I copied it, but I was also like, that's a really great thing. I would wish I could do it. And then I figured, how hard can it be? Famous last words, and I keep doing them. So I added a shade map to the app. So as long as there's a size and a height for that building from the Apple API, from the Apple Maps, I can figure out where the shadow is going to be any time of the year, any time of the day. It was quite easy to implement. The shadows work absolutely awesome. I've checked them across locations throughout Sweden. I have not checked it anywhere else, unfortunately. If you live in the middle of nowhere, your building is probably not going to have map data, so no one's going to know what the building is expected to be. And in those situations, I'm just using the average heights of the houses in that country, so it's probably not going to be accurate. So basically, if there is map data that is accurate and thorough from Apple, you will have an absolutely awesome shade map through my app. You're welcome, Internet. Now let's continue the video. Fuck no. So I've been blabbing for a fair bit about the great viewfinder, about the awesome sun tracking. But let me tell you about the crème de la crème. Grädden på moset, the wunderbara funktionen. It's the shortlist feature. Quite simply, you can start a project, and I'm going to name it Subscribe to Pontus, because please do subscribe to me. And I'm gonna snap some photos of my brilliant cameraman. And please do subscribe so we can get some new glasses for him. Something happened to them. I have now 3 photos. I'm going to go to my list where I can see the focal length, I can see what sensor size we were using, and I can add a comment. Get Erin some Erik some new glasses. And finally, get Pontus Viewfinder. Now it's in there, and I can export this as a ready-made PDF. Ready-made PDF. Listen, I think it's absolutely amazing. I've been using scouting apps for the longest time. Getting home, having to sort through them, having to put information inside the pictures and then put it on a PDF. Nah, fuck that. You can export it, you can send it to your producer, you can make everyone happy, and you can do it in not even 30 seconds. If that isn't amazing, if that is not your crème de la crème, you've never been location scouting. And now, finally, let me tell you about the function that almost broke my brain. Because listen, doing the sun AR function, that was hard. And then I got a bunch of feedback from mainly photographers wanting a moon AR feature. Now, this does not exist. Because the math is really hard and maybe not a lot of people want it or want to pay for it. I figured, how hard can it be? Apparently it's really, really hard. Now, I didn't really vibe code this, but I did have to ask Cloud, like, how do I even figure this out? And figure it out I did. So let's activate the Moon AR. You simply press this button, and wow, it's there. As we can see, the lunar phase is really low right now, but we can go into the future. So let's go to the 16th of May, and then we can see, oh, it's gonna be quite high up actually. And I can go forward in time and see that, okay, I'm going to have some moonlight pointing through the trees over there on the 17th of May. So I freaking love it, and I really hope that you do as well. Never mind the fact that I made it, just the fact that I have it in my pocket so I can so easily scout the sun position, the moon position. I can get proper photos, and I can export it all to a PDF when I'm done. I am so hyped for this, and I hope you are as well. Now, this next part is probably quite boring for most of you. I'm simply going to be speaking about how I made the app and how I marketed it. But if you want to have a look, then please do go ahead and continue watching the video. So, what was the hardest part about making this app then? In its essence, what I'm doing is I'm drawing up a nice UI. I'm asking Apple, hey, can you use the camera module and give me a focal length of exactly this degree, which correlates to whatever sensor size you as a user put in and the focal length that you put in. You simply calculate that, you get a field of view value, I ask the Apple API to give me that, and then I get that back. In its essence, it's a very simple app, and that's why I could make it in such a short time, and it was my first app that I ever made. Now my dear friend Eric, he actually asked me to put in a sun tracker. Now that sounds quite simple in its essence. You simply draw a line across the app, tracking where the sun goes, and I thought it wouldn't really be that hard. It took me 2 days and about 2 cases of Red Bull to actually figure it out. I'm going to do what magicians do not do, and I'm gonna show you my code right here. Now, this mathematics, I did understand it for a short while because I simply crammed it into my head, and I did use the why theory a lot with LLMs. Now, the why theory is simply you keep asking an LLM why. I never want to see a cosinus formula ever again in my life. When it comes to anything else in the app, it's all very simple. There's nothing special sauce going on. I am not a talented developer. I am a filmmaker. I do not make apps. I simply wanted this app for myself, and apparently a lot more people actually want this app. Speaking of which, let's talk some numbers. As we can see from my cute little statistics, we've been on sale for 3 days, I suppose 3.5 days. And in those 3 days, we have made $1,738. And that is before Apple takes their cut of 30%. So all in all, it seems I will have about $1,200. Now, mind you, I've spent around $300 developing this app. I did buy some plugins. I actually applied for the Apple developer license. I did pay for Cloud in the end to get the moon tracking in there. With that said, I do expect everyone that location scouts anytime in their life in a professional setting will want to pick up this app. That is why I developed it. Because as I told you, I don't want to be switching between 3 apps just to do one function, location scouting. So I've been teasing you long enough. Let me tell you how I've been marketing this app. First of all, you're watching this video, aren't you? This is effectively marketing, even though it's a passion of mine. I just want to tell you about it. In the end, I suppose it is marketing. Secondly, I used Reddit. And the thing about me using Reddit is this was absolutely unintentional. What I did is, when you develop an app for iOS, you get 100 promo codes you can give out and people can get the app for free. I just wanted people to use the app that I developed. I wasn't really interested in the money. So I went on the /r cinematography subreddit on Reddit and I posted this. I made the viewfinder app for iOS that has shotless functionality, switching iPhone cameras as you zoom through the focal length and Sun AR built in. I'm giving away 100 promo codes so you can try it out. Lifetime access. I got almost 300 comments, the codes went by really quickly. And if we look at the analytics of this Reddit post, I got almost 40,000 eyeballs looking at this post. That means 40,000 interacted long enough for Reddit to count it as a statistic. So while I do agree with you, our conversion rate was quite low. Out of 40,000 people watching this ad, we only got 370 sales. If you like this video, then please do leave a like. If you want to have a look at the app, it's down in the description. If you like what I do, then you can subscribe. If you have any feedback, if you have any questions about anything at all, just drop it down in the comments. I reply to all of my comments. And if you want a kiss, you're not getting one today. I'm just pulling your leg. Så den här funkar.